What I view as the overall expanding the economic sphere of Earth, and many of the businesses that Burton was talking about fall in this realm of some case. And what I've done is I've kind of put a timeline on this and a magnitude scale in the singularity perspective of exponentials and how we as a species are really increasingly moving away from our planetary surface, which has constrained us as a kind of a two-dimensional species until this point. We really are a three-dimensional species, and if you look at the timeline of freeing ourselves from gravity, not too literally and not too specifically, and you could calculate better metrics than this perhaps, but in general, if you look at the timeline from the 1900s and the arrival of private aviation, it took us up to something like the 20, 30 kilometers of being able to get there, and commercial activity started to take place. We want to draw this venture capital that's clustered around low Earth orbit outwards, right? So as NASA does the hard stuff, right, creates our starships, we can create these pathways with partnerships and private sector investment and commercial companies that create this routine type activity. If I don't know anybody in a business who starts something to do something once, right? I mean, if you're doing something once, it's likely a government. If you're doing something more than once, it's likely a business. And so the idea is in routine, in replication, in doing things more than once, and for economies of scale.
It's useful to take a look at how important low-cost, reliable access to space is and the interdependency with space markets, because they're absolutely connected at the hip. Is what are the things that are coming? What's on the horizon? Things like commercial in-space services, the private orbital labs and habitats represented by the folks like Bob Bigelow, commercial human space flight, and in all of its various forms, which is much more, I agree with the other speakers this morning, that it's not just space tourism, but it's commercial space research carried out by individuals through commercial human space flight and other applications.